Coffee and Convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to all my people here in the building. I appreciate you guys. As always, you could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me in this very moment. Salute to the chat. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider. A lot to talk about today, you guys. You know, as we know, yesterday while we were live, Marcus Peters was released, due to lack of effort. Roderick Teamer was released due to a DUI that he got the night prior to the Kansas City Chiefs game. So we're going to talk about these two existing open roster spots during the bye week, free agency or practice squad. We're going to go over both, go over a few players that we can talk about and see what would be best for our team moving forward, filling those two spots, man. Salute to Cap. I see you, my brother. Daniel Cap Keenan in the building. David White. Salute to all my member gang in the building. Salute to the non-members. Also, my boy LT, Anthony Hernandez with that content. Salute to my guy, man. Also, I want to do this real quick. Salute to my boy Kenny Mack. I appreciate you, brother. Top of the day to you and your fam. Bam, Graphk. Salute to you, Kenny Mack. I appreciate you, brother, and you as well, King. Salute to my brother, man, Kenny, man. Appreciate you on a $2 donation. Salute to my brother Jason Hunter, man. You already know. Blessings to you and the family. Maybe we pick up a DT out there. Is anyone worth the flyer on? We're going to talk about that, Jay, here shortly. I got a few names we're going to go over, and we're even going to talk about a few guys that we have on our practice squad that we could potentially bring up to fill those two roster spots. Jay, I'm going to call you in a few hours. Let's get up for that cigar. I know Rube was talking about doing it. Let's get together tonight, right down the street from the house. I'm going to send you the directions and everything like that. Salute to my brother Jason, man. Let me see. Salute to Raider Way. I see you, King. See it. GA Patriot. Everybody is here, man. I appreciate y'all as always. Yeah, you see. You hate to see it, right? But this is a great thing, right? Because a lot of people are saying, AP, I seen a great tweet by Mo today. Salute to Mo. And I kind of share some of the same sentiment that he put out there, right? A lot of people say that he's like this rah-rah head coach. He's a player's coach, right? And a lot of people beat up those type of coaches. They say, oh, they're not going to last in the NFL. They kind of get ran over by their players and so on and so forth, right? Well, since this guy has come in, let's just keep it a buck, y'all. And once again, salute to Mo. I'm going to go over this tweet, but he said something along the lines of this. Roger Teamer DUI, gone. Marcus Peters, lack of effort, gone. The video that came out with Nesta Jade on Instagram when he talked bad about Josh McDaniels and Ziegler about them not playing him. Guess what happened right after that? He hasn't played it down. He's been inactive every week. That is all Antonio Pierce right there, man. So a player coach, yeah, the players love him. Yes, he's a former player. But at the end of the day, you guys, this guy is playing this the right way. He's doing the right things. He's riding this ship. He's literally putting this ship in the right direction. We already started off with him already at a disadvantage. Josh McDaniels had this team we were going nowhere fast. So for him to be 2-2 right now, I'm just going to say salute to Antonio Pierce. And sometimes, man, that whole player coach and the rah-rah coach, blah, 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 it can be a good thing. Some people say it's a bad thing because the players now, the inmates run the asylum, right? Per se. Cap, this guy's done everything the right way, getting rid of players that don't deserve to be in the silver and black, getting rid of players that lack discipline like Roderick Teamer with the DUI, and also sitting guys like Nesta J that are running their mouth like they're all pro players already. I love it. I love it. Antonio Pierce has been doing everything he's supposed to do. Let me see. And all the other things will come along with that. You guys, the clock management, we talked about that comes with experience. You know what I'm saying? The fourth down, a play calling, that'll come with experience and maybe potentially Bo gets a little better. Maybe these next 5 games, Bo with the bye week also, he can implement some new things. Maybe he can create a controversy if maybe he deserves, the job, even though me personally, I want to move on. I mean, I think I want someone that clearly has called an O before over someone like Bo, that's only been here for a few weeks. And the offenses looked cool here and there. Don't get me wrong. But I just think Antonio Pierce would be the great head coach with Patrick Graham as the defensive coordinator and a real offensive coordinator calling the plays. Let me see. He will figure that all out. Facts, Dan. Facts. Comes down to the line of scrimmage, both offensive and defensive, and it needs to be addressed. Salute to my dog Artie. Cap, Spot Track says we have close to 10 million. That can't be true, can it? Yes, it can. I think we actually have a little bit over. I think we're a little bit over 10 million now, right? With saving that $1.5 million, getting rid of Marcus Peters with the the incentives that he was going to reach. I swear we're somewhere maybe a little over 10 mil or somewhere right at there at 10 million, but we have plenty of cap space going forward. Then we have a lot of money next offseason as well to spend in free agency. I know we still have that Chandler Jones contract we have to figure out. I know we're going to move on from that Jimmy G contract and have to eat up some of that money as well. But we're going to have a good amount of money to play with next free agency. I hope Champ Kelly gets the opportunity to build this thing the way he sees fit. Let me see. OKC, we're going to talk about that tonight. Me and Wasted are going to do a show tonight. We talked about that yesterday about, the whole Frank Reich situation and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about that, OKC. So stick around, brother. If you can, pull up tonight. I know Waste is going to do his own solo show about some things, and then we're going to come together tonight and talk about that. So stay tuned, my brother. Yeah, 10.8. There you go. A lot of money to play with, man. Yes. Got to get somebody to fill in for Max. His knee is severely swollen. I don't know if you guys got an opportunity to see what that knee looked like. It is nasty work. You know what? Let me go find this real quick. I want to show you guys this, man. For those who didn't see what Max had to play through. Salute to the chat, you guys. Wipe them feet, man. Hit them thumbs up. Let me see. Latest. Boom. Where is that picture at? You know what? I'll just bring it up off my phone. That's what I'll do. I got to show you guys this, man. He ended up having to go to the hospital prior to the game because his knee swelled up so much. Look at this. Look at that knee. Look at that knee. The one with the tack compared to the other knee. Swollen. Insane that he ended up playing through that. Went to the hospital, got the knee drained. Apparently there was like an infection or something in the knee and played through that and still ended up with a sack. I mean, it's insane the way Maxx Crosby goes about his business, man. Salute to Maxx Crosby. Yeah, LT, I agree with you. He should have rested that knee, but that's just not who he is, man. He knew what was at stake playing against the Chiefs. Yeah, he had an infection, JS. Nasty work. Dude is an Iron Man. That is facts, devil. Facts, man. It's crazy. His knee was like this. It's insane, man. Insane. Mind over matter. I hear you, Rob. Salute to everybody here in the building. All right, so let's do this, you guys. Let's talk about it. We got 2 roster spots available now with Marcus Peters, gone. With Roderick Teamer now gone. I think that safety, we're okay. I don't think that we need to pick up an additional safety to take over for Roderick Teamer. He was more of a special team guy. And, we got Chris Smith that we drafted, this past draft out of Georgia. We have Palomal. We still have Epps. He's been dealing with some injuries, but he's still out there. We got Merrick. We have a ton of safeties. Me personally, I don't want to go out and get another safety to fill this roster spot. Now, without Marcus Peters, we got Jack Jones. He is the guy that's going to take Marcus Peters' spot over. I know a lot of people are saying maybe Greedy Williams, maybe you go out and go. Look, Jack Jones is Antonio Pierce's guy. He is going to take that spot over Marcus Peters moving forward. But we can still add some depth to the corner room in free agency, whether it be a Greedy Williams. We can bring back, a former Raider, Casey Hayward, even though I would rather not do that. He's 33 years old. He's still a free agent out there. He's available. But me personally, I wouldn't want to go that route. We can also look to our practice squad. We have Sam Webb down there. We have another guy that I was really high on in college. And yes, I'm a little biased, right? We have another guy that we can bring in, Tony Pride Jr., former Notre Dame guy, that we can bring into the mix and see what we can do with him at the corner position. There are a few options on the practice squad and in free agency right now. I do think that we do need to address the corner room. We need to add one more. With Marcus Peters gone. It's a little thin over there. Jacorian has been dealing with, the rookie first year, up and down. We have not really utilized Tyler Hall the way I would want to. And if we did, we can move Nate Hobbs outside, you guys. I love him in the slot, but we could utilize him on the perimeter, move him outside, and have him start with Jack Jones, and then have Tyler Hall in the slot, which he plays phenomenal there. I'm cool with that, but we still need an additional body out there on the edge. We have those two slot guys. Troy Pride can play in the slot. You got, like I said, Tyler Hall. You have Nate Hobbs. We need another perimeter guy. So I'm looking at the cornerback position. Also, with Maxx being so beat up with the knee injury, and even before that, we can use another edge rusher. We definitely can. With Maxx beat up right now, we got Malcolm Kuntz. We have Tyree, who's been non-existent, and then we have a few bodies that are on our practice squad that me personally, I would not want to go. Janarius Robinson, defensive end, 6'5", 260 pounds, 25 years old, out of Florida State in his third year. I wouldn't want to activate him. It's not going to be enough. You could bring up a Ellerson Smith, the young linebacker that we brought over that was drafted by the Giants, has a little bit of history with Patrick Graham out of Northern Iowa, 6'6", 262 pounds. There's a few guys that we can look at on this practice squad. Even David Agoa, our international portal player that came over. He's a rookie. I don't think that that's going to happen at all. And from what I'm hearing, I'm going to be real. He's not ready to go at all. He's not ready to go. He's still learning the game. He hasn't played, American football, for a long time. He's still learning the game. He's not ready to go yet. But I'm looking also at free agents, as edge rushers. There's a few guys out there right now, you guys. Melvin Ingram is a guy that we talked about. He played in Miami last year, played in Kansas City, a guy that is still a sack artist that gets to the quarterback. He's 34 years old. He is up there in age, but this is the guy that, you can move around a little bit. And like I said, he applies pressure to the quarterback. Another guy, Carlos Dunlap, another edge rusher that played a little bit with Kansas City last year. He's also 34 years old, had a hell of a career in the NFL. Like I said, he's getting up there in age, but an additional rotational pass rusher. I'm not against going out and getting the likes of a Melvin Ingram or a Carlos Dunlap to help that edge rush room. There's not too many other edge rushers out there, you guys. We can look at Robert Quinn, played for Philly, 33 years old. He's also up there in age. We can look at Terrell Basham. He's 30 years old, last played with Cincinnati, another edge rusher. Trey Flowers is out there, 31 years old, last played for New England. Those are a few names that we can look at in free agency in terms of taking over one of those roster spots. Me personally, we don't have what it takes on a practice squad, you guys. If anything, if we're going to address, our corner room, I'm cool with bringing up a Sam Webb. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with bringing up a Troy Pride Jr. if need be. I'm okay with that. If we address the corner room with our, coming off the practice squad, I'm okay with that. I don't really have a problem with it because a lot of these guys in free agency are aging corners. The corners that are available, Casey Hayward, like I said before, 33 years old. We can look at a few other names. Byron Jones, who's hasn't really came back from that injury, 30 years old, last played with Miami. Bryce Callahan, 31 years old, didn't really look too good with the Chargers last time he played. Greedy Williams is a guy that I would be interested in. 26 years old, still really young. Last played for the Philadelphia Eagles. That is a name that interests me. Maybe a Greedy Williams, but I am okay with addressing the corner room on the active 53-man roster with our practice squad. I'm cool with bringing up a Troy Pride if that means that you can utilize Nate Hobbs more on the perimeter and use Tyler Hall in the slot. I'm okay with that. I'm also good with bringing up Sam Webb, big body corner that we can utilize on the perimeter. And I still really believe in the kid, man. UDFA, he has the measurables. He has the skill set. He just has to put it all together. I'm all for bringing him up. But I would address the rotational pass rusher in free agency. And, I'm looking at some of these names, and I know a lot of people also are going to say maybe defensive tackle. You got to get some pressure from the middle. Well, me personally, you guys, with Maxx being so beat up with that knee looking the way it looks, with us not getting anything out of Tyree Wilson, I think that edge rusher needs to be prioritized over defensive tackle. Adam Butler's been a breath of fresh air for us. John Jenkins, the OG, has been pretty good for us in the interior of that defensive line. We still have Bilal Nichols, who makes these plays here and there, and you're like, oh my God, like, can he be more consistent, right? He's coming up on free agency, I believe. I think this is his last year on his deal. So I want to see what he can do moving forward. And then we still have Tillery. We can look at a Matt Leonidas, 29 years old, last played for Carolina, played for the Commanders. We know what Matt Leonidas can do when healthy. That is a guy that we can definitely look at. Akeem Hicks, Sacramento's own, another guy that wasted. Our brother brought up last played with Tampa Bay. He's also 33 years old. But I'm just looking at these defensive tackles out there, you guys, and none of them really move the needle for me. You got to have edge rushers in the AFC West. You have to. You got Herbert still one more time. You got Patrick Mahomes one more time. You got Russell Wilson. You got to go out there and you have to get an additional edge rusher with Max's knee looking the way it looks. So me personally, I'm looking at a Carlos Dunlap. I'm looking at, like I said, potentially a Melvin Ingram, guys that can still put up 5 to 6 sacks a season and just come in as a rotational guy because of the age. Also, I didn't even really know that Terrell Basham is still out there. An edge rusher, only 33 years old. Like I said before, last played for Cincinnati. I would look at maybe a Terrell Basham or a Trey Flowers, another guy, that some of these guys, these former Patriot guys that are still on the staff are familiar with. So a Trey Flowers, a Terrell Basham, a Melvin Ingram, or a Carlos Dunlap. I'm going to go Ingram 1A. I'm going to go Dunlap 1B. And then the other two guys, we can kind of take a look at. But me personally, guys, I'm going the route of edge rusher in free agency. And if we need to, bring up Sam Webb, bring up Troy Pride. But Greedy Williams is an interesting name to take a look at because he's still young, 25, 26 years old, still has a lot of football to be played. Loved him at LSU in college. He just hasn't really panned out at the NFL level, but that would be an interesting name to take a flyer on, a Greedy Williams in free agency. But like I said, Greedy, a Sam Webb, potentially bringing up a Troy Pride Jr. You can keep it in-house or you can go look at free agency. But that second spot has to be an additional edge rusher because we pretty much have two at this point, Maxx and Malcolm Koonce, because Tyree is not showing up for us right now. Our first round pick has been non-existent. So you have to address the elephant in the room, and that is that rotational pass rusher. I thought we brought him back, Ryzen. I thought we brought him back. They cut him, and then we signed him back to our practice squad. So he is a Raider right now. He is on our practice squad right now. We know not picking Carter would bite us in the ass. We did know. Cap, and it's definitely coming back to kill us right now. Classic Man Q says Robert Quinn. I'm not against that, brother. I'm not against it, but me personally, I'd rather do the Carlos Dunlap route or the Melvin Ingram route. Primos, would you sit Maxx for the rest of the season? That is something to revisit after the bye week. Let's see how he's feeling. You never want to put your superstar in harm's way. This is a guy that, we play we play the way he plays. You've seen what that series looked like with Maxx Crosby out against the Chiefs this past Sunday. So, let's get to the bye week, kind of revisit and see where he is in terms of his knee. But if he's still hurt, Primos, sit him. Sit him this season. I'm not, even if we make a run to the playoffs, right? Even if we somehow sneak our way in, I'm not expecting, and y'all may beat me up for it, I'm not expecting to go on some crazy deep run in the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. I just want to see progression from this team. I want to see them getting better. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, if we can sneak in the way we did in 2021, that'd be a beautiful sign of potentially things to come. You know what I mean? I just want to see the team be successful and find ways to stack up some wins and show that we're going in the right direction. But me personally, if that knee's still hurting them, which I don't know how much a week will change things, yes, you sit them. You sit them for the rest of the week, because that is your superstar of the future. That is your building block on the defensive side of the ball. You don't want to put them in harm's way at all. It's going to be tough enough just to get to 500 this season. This is facts, Cap. Facts. Definitely facts. Raiders need speed rushers, not Dunlap. Well, man down, the thing is this. Where are you going to find an actual speed rusher right now this time of the year? You're not going to really find any speed rushers. You're going to find those older guys that, are still on the streets right now looking for a job, the Carlos Dunlaps and the Melvin Ingrams of the world. I don't really know where you're going to find a speed rusher. Those type of guys aren't really that available this time of the year. You know what I mean? Yeah, he didn't look old last year. No, and I think didn't Dunlap have like 6 sacks last year? Let me see. I could have swore he had like 5 or 6 sacks last season. Salute to the chat, you guys. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Let me see. Has 100 sacks in his NFL career. Last year, boom, let me see. Last year he had 4 sacks. 4 sacks. So that's a guy that can get to the quarterback. The year prior in 2021, he had 8.5. 8.5 between 2 teams, Cincinnati and Seattle. So think about that. In 2021, he had 8.5 sacks. This is a guy that can still get to the quarterback right now. I'm going to bring up Melvin Ingram's stats also, so you guys can take a look at that as well. Melvin Ingram, same age. He has 57 sacks in his career. I believe 16 forced fumbles. Last year, he had 6 sacks. 6 sacks last season. Split between, I believe, 3 teams. Was it 2 or 3 teams? It was Pittsburgh, Miami. I think he played a little bit in Kansas City as well. So there you have it. 6 sacks last season in 17 games. Let me see. We wouldn't be in a situation if we didn't reach on all these busted up first round picks, man. We gotta live with what we have right now, Cap. You know what I mean? We just have to work with what we got, brother. Yeah, Maul, he did. He looked good he looked good. Facts. Salute to my brother Mikey in the building. What's good, King? Salute to Omar. Malcolm Coos, 91.4 PFF grade versus the Chiefs, second among all edge rushers in week 12. You love to see it, Omar. You love to see it from some homegrown talent, man. You know what I mean? This is a guy that we're going to have to revisit, bringing him back. You know what I mean? I believe he's a free agent this upcoming season, right? I think him and Divine Diablo's contract is up. Is this year 3 or is it year 4 with them? Let me look this up. He may have 1 more year in his contract. He may have 1 more year. So we got him. Yes, 1 more year. $1.3 million next year base salary. So he'll be a unrestricted free agent in 2025. So that's actually a good thing. We actually have him and Divine Diablo still under contract until 2025. So they have one more year left on their deals. That's perfect. Perfect. So that's a good thing. Going into next season, you guys, with Maxx Crosby, with that big deal, with Malcolm Kuntz having one more year on that contract, we still have 2 edge rushers. And with Malcolm Kuntz getting it all together, there's really no rush with Tyree Wilson at this point. It looks as though Kuntz is starting to pick it up here, and I love it, man. You know what I mean? But at some point, Tyree's going to have to figure this shit out. He's going to have to figure it out. I would love it, William. I would love it. I would love it. Sin, I don't know, man. Tyree needs to be moved to DT because his only move is a bull rush, and that won't cut it as a DE. I think this offseason, man, they're going to work with Tyree very closely. I think they're going to get a bunch of trained professionals around him. I think Maxx Crosby is going to put his arm around him this offseason, and they're definitely going to cook. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not giving up on Tyree as an edge rusher yet. Give him a complete offseason. You know, we know he was coming off that surgery, that injury. We knew that, you know, initially he wasn't going to come into the league and just take the league by storm. He didn't really have any too much training camp, really too much off season. So I want to give him one more off season to see what he can do. But I think that they're going to put the right people around him. I think Max is going to put his arm around him, and I think that they're going to work their asses off around the clock in the off season to get Tyree Wilson prepared for next season. Salute to Seattle Raiders fan, my brother. If you guys want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. And I also want to say thank you guys for going to OakLosVegas.com. We've been selling the coffee and convo mugs like crazy. Salute to you guys. If you want to get your issue, go to OakLosVegas.com. And go grab you one of those coffee and convo mugs, man. I appreciate you guys. Yes, give Tyree another season of development. Factory. Travis, you know what's funny, man? They're not going to give up on the ball just yet. In year 1, he had them in the playoffs. Yeah, they shit the bed this year. You know, their O-line is bad. Yes, they gave Daniel Jones way too much money. But they're not going to give up on the ball yet. And if they did, I think that there may be another football team out there, an offensive-minded team that would bring in Brian DeBall. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be shocked, to be honest. Y'all may think I'm tripping. If the Saints got rid of Old Faithful out there and brought in Brian DeBall, if the Giants fired him and brought him in as their head coach, I can see it. They got all the offensive firepower in the world. You know what I mean? I know Derek is shitting the bed out there in New Orleans, but maybe DeBall can go down there and figure it all out. You know what I mean? But I don't think that he's going to return to being an offensive coordinator. I think the Giants are going to still give him a shot. Tiandra, I appreciate you, brother. Love your show, my brother. Keep up the great content. Salute, King. Salute, salute, salute. Devil, we're going to talk about Frank Reich tonight, so stay tuned. Agreed, Tyree needs another season, but if he doesn't do anything next season, it'll be time to get another younger pass rusher. And to be honest, go get you one anyway, Redbone. You can never have enough pass rushers. This upcoming draft, go get one. If there's one available in the first 3 rounds that is one of those ones, go get them. Go get them. Real talk. Hey, make Tyree earn that spot. You know what I mean? Like the more competition, the better. Competition breeds success. You know what I mean? So even if he is ready to go draft one next year anyway. You can never have too many pass rushers, especially in the AFC West with all that talent at the quarterback position. You know what I mean? And just all that talent in the AFC, period. There's so many quarterbacks. You got to have as many edge rushers as possible. Look how the Niners stacked those guys up. Look how Philly stacked those guys up. You have to play the game like that these days. You have to stack up those pass rushers. Why on the other lies people want Eric Bieniemy? I'm cool. I don't even want him as the OC. I'm good off Eric Bieniemy. Yes, tonight, baby. Kings and Warriors. Let's get it, Sacktown. Salute, my brother. Salute. Yes, Artie, that is a guy I know that they were talking about before, before the trade deadline, giving him a big deal. Then it fell through. And then Jalen was asking to get traded and so on and so forth. That is a guy that if they do not re-sign him, Artie, I am all for going all in on bringing in a Jalen Johnson. I think he has everything that it takes to become a superstar. He needs the right coaching. I think him under Patrick Graham, that could be corner one. Real talk. Jalen Johnson is that good. He's a playmaker. He could do it all. The measurables are there. Definitely an interesting name to keep an eye on. That was a guy that I talked about a lot coming up to the trade deadline. I hope that he's available and that we can bring him in. That'd be a great pickup for us in the offseason. Salute to my Auntie Kim. Love you, Auntie. Salute, salute, salute. Let me see. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do some mock drafts here soon, you guys. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. GA Graphk, you see who had the highest QBR? Come on, man. Talk about it. Talk about it. Aiden, high stakes O'Connell. GA. Talk about it, King. Seattle says Michael Penix or Bo Nix. Both could be there at our pick, and I wouldn't mind either one of them. But you know my preference for sure is Penix. Putting my bias aside to say Bo Nix. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm right there with you. I would take either one of those guys, but Penix is my guy. Penix is my guy. Makes every throw. You know, I just something about the way he throws the football lefty. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at Penix, man. He looks like a Steve Young out there throwing the football around. I like Penix. You know what I mean? But if Bo Nix is there and that was the guy that we took, I'm not against it at all. I think Bo Nix is going to be a star in the NFL. But Penix is my guy. Let me see. The Bears are in a great position in this draft. They rule the world. They have Carolina's first pick, and they're the worst team. Even the Bears have their own pick at possibly number 2. Yeah. So they're going to go out and get Marvin Harrison Jr. and Caleb Williams, and they have a superstar quarterback and a superstar wide receiver for the future. The Bears are definitely in a good position right now. That's why, you know, maybe they don't bring a Jalen Johnson. They let him walk, and they just go out and draft a whole slew of new guys. I don't know. But Jalen Johnson is still an interesting name to keep an eye on as a future Raider. Salute to Julio on a $5 donation. Hey, Docs, if AP loses outright, do you think Mark will look to hire John Harbaugh? Yes. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Yes. I mean, if you lose out, I mean, at this point, there's some winnable games, Julio, on this schedule. You got Indianapolis, which it looks like Jonathan Taylor hurt his thumb or his finger, and it looks like he may be out for an extended amount of time. He may be out for the season. Yeah, you need to beat the Colts. You need to beat Minnesota. Did you guys see the way they looked last night? Dobbs came right back down to reality. That boy threw 4 picks against the Chicago Bears defense, and they only put up 10 points or something like that. That Minnesota team looked bad. They're even looking at the bye week because they have a bye week as well, looking at maybe changing quarterbacks leading up to our game against them at Allegiant Stadium. So there's winnable games. I'm sorry, I love AP, but if you can't go out there and beat the Vikings, you can't go out there and beat the Colts. If you can't at least squeak out 3 wins moving forward for the rest of the games on our menu, if you can't get to 8 wins, you may have to revisit that situation and look elsewhere. But John Harbaugh is definitely going to be a name that's going to be talked about a lot. He's going to be tied to the Raiders. He's going to be tied to the Chicago Bears. It really all depends on if Michigan goes out there and wins a national title. Then maybe we'll see, what they're going to do with him. Salute to Julio. Jaden Daniels, also the Raider. That's another guy. Look, man, I'm high on a lot of these guys. Jaden Daniels. There's a slew of quarterbacks coming into this draft that we're going to talk about here soon. Salute to K. Michael, my family. The real questions here are, what are we doing with our head coach and GM vacancy? Here we're going with the first pick. Where are we going with the first pick? How are we moving in the offseason, bro? I'm going to be real with you. I don't know yet. We got to see what kind of success, these guys can put together moving forward for the rest of the season. They're watching these guys very closely. Minnesota, KC, the Colts, the Chargers, the Broncos. We have 5 more games on the menu. This is going to be tied to the future of this GM, Champ Kelly, and our head coach, Antonio Pierce. So I'm not going to talk about anything about vacancy yet because I don't even know if there is a vacancy yet. Yes, we could talk about it all we want. We need to bring in this guy, Jim Harbaugh, Ben Johnson. We could talk about it all we want, but we have no idea what is going on yet. They're still being, they're still being watched very closely to see if these guys are the future. I'm just saying, Michael, I'm here personally giving these guys the opportunity to win this job. I like what Champ has done so far, going out, bringing in Jack Johnson. I like that these guys came together, got rid of Roderick Teamer, got rid of Marcus Peters. I like some of these things that they have done. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. 5 more games, then we can revisit that situation. Salute to my dog. Docs got here late. Did you talk about possible running back too? I have not, but I'm gonna be honest. Looking at some of these free agents right now, there's no one out there. There's no one out there at all. Best running back, Darrell Williams, right now, 29 years old. Duke Johnson, Tevin Coleman, who's dealt with a lot of injuries. J.D. McKissick, Mark Ingram, who looks like he's loving what he's doing covering college football. Caleb Huntley, Ronald Jones. I mean, does any of these names really get you excited? Rex Burkhead. Like, if you're going to go get a running back, you have to bring one up off the practice squad, and that is Sincere McCormick. It's just simple and plain. If you're going to say we need another running back to help us in that run game, it has to be one of your own guys. You know what I mean? Either you give Zeus more reps or you bring Sincere McCormick off the practice squad and see what you got with the young UDFA. But me personally, I'm looking at that list of free agents out there that these running backs, and I'm just nothing excites me at running back too. Me personally, I think in a perfect world, you bring up one of your own guys and you develop them, you know, this late in the season, give him some chance, give him some chances, give him some reps, see what Sincere can do. Because it's clear, you know, Zeus can't run the football right now. It is what it is. Some people can say he doesn't fit the scheme. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying whatever it is, it's not working right now. Edgar, and I can tell you personally that Jalen Richard has worked his ass off around the clock. The last time I talked to him on the phone, he was in Memphis training. You know what I mean? So I was supposed to have him on the show, and he really just dialed in on trying to get right. You know what I mean? Because he's trying to get one more shot at the NFL. And he had a few teams lined up. Actually, I can't say the name of the teams, but I'm just going to say a few teams that we can't stand. And that would have hurt to see our, you know, former third down back, a great blocker at that too, go to a rival. So, but yeah, I think personally with him not getting a job, I think that he's going to start transitioning elsewhere. Maybe he'll start looking at other leagues. Maybe he'll start looking at different business ventures. But at this point, it's just tough for a guy his age and coming off of those kind of injuries to sustain any type of success in the NFL. He's better than any of our backups. I agree, Vic. I agree. But I just think that this is a young running back league. You got to bring in young, fresh legs. Sincere McCormick is that. He has fresh legs right now. Zeus is young. I mean, if you like, just give him more reps and see what happens. But I'm just saying, I'd rather have a young, fresh pair of legs than going out in you know, the rotating door of older running backs. Me personally, I'm cool. Arlen, I really hope we keep AP as our head coach. Me too, Arlen. You know why? Because the players love him, and if we do keep him, that means that he went out and won a few more games before the season was up. You know what I mean? So any wins at this point, I'll take. You know what I'm saying? So if he does keep his job, that means that we had some type of success, you know, at the end of this season, and I'm cool with it, man. Let me see. Yeah, and Cap. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's the problem. The young guys aren't getting the playing time, and our players are getting tired out. Facts. It's like this, man. How do you even get a chance to analyze or to watch Zeus to see if he's your future running back or your future running back too, if you don't even really give him opportunities to go out there and get the proper reps to do so? It's frustrating to watch, you know, him sit on the bench and, you know, Chloe. My dog is tweaking right now. My apologies, guys. Chloe, lay down. Yeah, my dog seen somebody on the telephone pole, and she started tweaking. Chloe, you good? You good? Come on, big dog. You don't got to be a bully. You're good. Let me see. Yo, Zon, what are you talking about, King? Pause. What? Yeah, I got an Australian cattle dog that is a pit bull in her mind. She's a pit bull in her mind. She wants her own podcast, Graphk. Let me see. Salute, man. Zach. Latu is the best pass rusher in years. Okay. The young pup out of UCLA, Zach. We're going to talk about all these guys come off season. I promise you, mock draft season is almost here, and we're going to break down a lot. Trust me, Zach. Salute to my dog on the $2 donation. Salute to GA also. My guy, how did our Raiders catch 0 penalties? And we didn't talk about that. I can't believe that we forgot about that. Like, we really didn't even talk about that yesterday on yesterday's pod, you guys. Like, that right there is a great sign of things to come as well. Disciplined. Antonio Pierce got these guys ready. No penalties and turnovers. No turnovers, no penalties against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's big. That is big. That is major. So, you got to look at some of these things that they're putting together. Yes, we got beat 31-17. Yes, it was ugly in the second half. Yes, we blew a 14-point lead. We blew a 17-point lead last year to the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like a reoccurring theme here, right? But at the end of the day, you have to take some of these wins. You have to say 0 penalties. Okay, cool. Like, that's not the Raider way. We're used to being at the top of the league in penalties. To have 0 on Sunday against a divisional rival is phenomenal. And like I said, no turnovers. So, yeah, 10 Commandments. AP said attention to detail. And it's showing. It is showing right now. Shows great improvement. Can't facts. Intel, my brother, 0 penalties, no turnovers, 100+ yard rusher, and we didn't win. Wild, right? Wild. And we had two receivers that I believe had over 70 yards receiving also in Jacoby and Devontae Adams. So, yeah, man, if you look at the stats and you don't know the score of the game, you're probably going to say, whoa, shit. You know what I mean? Like, did we win that game? Like, if you really look at it, you're looking like no turnovers. We only gave up 1 sack, right? No penalties. You kept Patrick Mahomes under 300 yards. You look at the stats. If you didn't watch that game and you say, damn, we probably won that game. If you didn't know what happened. We're getting better, y'all. We're getting better, man. This is a process, and we got to just sit back and let these guys build up these small victories, even if it isn't a major victory like beating the Kansas City Chiefs. We're garnering, we're putting together small victories going into the offseason, and I'm here for it. Yes, Locks. Post June 1st, we will be getting rid of Jimmy G. We'll have to take a hit financially. It is what it is, but you have to get as much of that contract off the books as possible. He'll be out of here post June 1st. We'll cut him, save a little bit of money, have to cash him out a little bit, have to cash out Chandler Jones a little bit, but it is what it is. You got to move on. Salute to my dog, Chris, man. Appreciate you, brother. Still, Josh McStupid's pick on this team. Time to retool. And we'll see that. We'll see that this offseason. I'm hoping that Champ Kelly gets a chance to go and have a full draft. Him, with no head coach, all in his face, saying, this is the guy. Josh McDaniels had all the power in the world. Zeke could not do what he wanted to do. Could you guys imagine this? Zeke, and I said this since like February or March of this year. My people told me in Vegas, and we talked about this. I think me and Scout actually talked about it live once or twice or a few times, that he wanted CJ Stroud. Zeke wanted CJ Stroud. He wanted to move up and get him. He wanted to move up and get CJ Stroud. Josh McDaniels didn't. And Josh valued Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. So this year, I want a GM that can just fully go out and do what they want. I want Antonio Pierce to watch, say, Champ, you do your thing. You go get the players that you see fit that's going to work this program. That's what I want to see. But you're definitely right, Chris. We have a lot of weapons, the Devontae Adams of the world, Josh Jacobs, if we bring him back, Maxx Crosby. We have players on this roster. You just got to retool it. Bring a few other guys in. Extend Robert Spillane. He only has 1 year left on his deal, and I think he's only paid like $1.8 million next year. Bring him back. Sign him to another 2-3 year deal. Bring him back. He is a pivotal part of this defense. And then you got to go look at some of these corners in this draft. Jacorian Bennett, 4th round pick. Hopefully he comes around in due time. But you got to look. This is a deep corner class, you guys. Deep corner class. You may be able to find a starter into the mid to late rounds. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's some nice corners in this draft, and like I said before, we're gonna talk about that later on. Yep, Auntie, you can see the improvement. You definitely can. You definitely can. Yeah, it looked nasty, Scholar. It looked nasty. It looked nasty. DeMarcus says, I'm still rocking my Jimmy Hub shirt. The ladies love it. Grab. Salute to my dog, DeMarcus, bro. That is really one of the coldest default pictures in the world, man. Real talk. Salute to my guy, DeMarcus. Salute to the 500 plus people in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. For those who are just pulling in right now, we talked about a few free agent guys that we could potentially come in to fill in those 2 roster spots. With Marcus Peters and Roderick Teamer being cut. We talked about a few guys on our practice squad. I want to go over this a little bit more. So you guys, for those who just popped in, my thought process was this. If you don't go get a Greedy Williams, right, in free agency, 25, 26-year-old corner, still has a lot of football to be played left. I'm okay with bringing up one of our guys from the practice squad, whether that's Troy Pride Jr. or Sam Webb, preferably Sam Webb. Need more of a big body guy on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's not really that big body guy like a Brandon Faison, but a guy that can play on the perimeter. Okay, let me just say that. A guy that can play on the perimeter. I know Troy Pride is 5'10", 5'11", but I'm okay with bringing up one of those guys, filling up one of those roster spots with one of the guys that we already have, Sam Webb or Troy Pride Jr., because that means if you bring in Troy Pride, a guy that can play in the slot, maybe you can move Nate Hobbs to the perimeter, have him play outside. I don't know. I don't know. Sam is 6'2". Sin. Yeah, but I know Brandon Faison. How tall was Brandon Faison? I forgot how tall Brandon Faison. I thought he had like an inch or 2 on him. Pause if necessary. But I like the idea of bringing in Sam Webb off the practice squad and giving him some reps. You know what I mean? Now that second spot, I'm looking at an edge rusher in free agency, whether that be a Melvin Ingram, a guy that can still get to the quarterback, a Carlos Dunlap that can get to the quarterback, maybe a Basham, one of those type of guys. I know a lot of people are talking about Matt Leonidas, Akeem Hicks, the defensive tackle that can help generate some pressure from the inside. We have to go get another edge rusher. So I'm utilizing one of those roster spots to go out and get an edge rusher because, like I said before, at this point, our first round pick has been non-existent. So what do you guys think about that? At this point, I'm going to go get I'd bring up Sam Webb off the practice squad to take one of those spots, or Troy Pride Jr. If you don't do that, you look at a Greedy Williams potentially, coming in as a free agent, and then you look at the edge rusher spot with that last roster spot to take over. One of those aging defensive ends that can help generate some pressure on the quarterback. I know Brandon Faison is becoming a myth. Is he even real? Facts. It's crazy, man. I want to see something real quick. No, he's 6 foot. Yeah, he's not 6'2". That's what I was saying. I'm like, I knew Sam Webb wasn't 6'2". Faison is. He's 6 foot. Sam Webb is 6 foot. Need more Isaiah Palomau. He's 6'4". Facts. I want to see him more utilized as a safety. I want to see him utilized as a box safety. Put him in a box. I want to see a lot more Palomau. Playmaker out of USC. He's a dog. Strike says Greedy Williams will be solid. Look, I'm all for bringing in Greedy. Like I said, I was a huge fan of him in college. He just really hasn't panned out at the NFL level. Well, with the negative Nancy shit, the season is over. Come on, man. Realistically, there's a lot of football to be played. Let me look. I'm gonna see something real quick. NFL. Let me see something. Shit, I'll go to ESPN. I want to see where we are during the bye week, where we are on the standings. So let me go to conference. So right now we're 12th. We're 12th. If the playoffs started right now, it'd be Baltimore at 1, KC at 2, Jacksonville at 3, Miami at 4, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 5, the Cleveland Browns at 6. Right there. So we're what? Roughly, there's 7, right? So the Colts, I think the Colts was sneaking right now at 6-5. Let me see the playoff picture real quick. Let me see something. The Colts are at 7. The Colts are at 7. So right now they're 6-5. They're 6-5. We're 5-7. We're 5-7. They're about to lose their best player, right? They're about to lose their best player, Jonathan Taylor, with that finger injury. Okay, so they're going to lose a few games, and we still have them on the menu. The Texans 6-5. They're starting to, lose a few games out there. The Denver Broncos are 6-5. We have them one more time, also, and they're winning five wins in a row right now. At some point, they got to slow down, right? Buffalo's ahead of us, 6-6. They just been such an up and down team, but we're a game back of them. The Cincinnati Bengals, they're done. With Burrow out, they're done. They're right in front of us, though. So, but we have a lot of games. The teams that are in front of us right now, you guys, the Colts on the menu, the Broncos on the menu. Then we have the Chargers who are right below us, and we have the Chiefs ahead of us as well. So there's a lot of football to be played. Realistically, we're not far off. I'm not acting as though we're going to the playoffs. I'm just saying that realistically, there's still a shot. There's still a shot. Let me see. Gio, you know what's funny? Go back to the Pittsburgh week, right? Oh, and I got it saved too. I got it definitely saved. I was on Wasted Show. I was in my hotel in Vegas getting ready for the game, and Big Mike and Wasted were doing their betting, right? The betting show. And I went on there and I said, bold take, you guys. The offseason, Justin Fields is going to be a Raider. Just put it out there. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I know a lot of people don't like Justin Fields. I don't care. I like him a lot. He can make all the throws. He can use his legs. He's never had what he's needed out there in Chicago. Champ Kelly, the connection is there. I'm cool for it. If you don't have to give up the farm for him, I'll go get Justin Fields immediately. Salute to Big Mo. AP has a plan and respect if we need to get a different OC. I'm okay with that. Solidify the culture, then add the talent that fits it. Big Mo, you see the big picture, my brother. Salute to my dog, Big Mo. Facts. You rebuild the culture. It's going to take an off season to really put this thing together. Salute to Mex. Switch Epps to corner and have Palomau. No. No. I don't want to see Epps at corner at all. Just rotate him in, Max. Just rotate him in, brother. I think Fields is a baller. Me too, man. Yeah, but Zach, look what he has down there, bro. Look what he has out there. Just look what he has. A terrible offensive line, a non-existent run game. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. The guy has nothing over there. He has DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. You guys, Darnell Mooney? What does he have out there? If you give Justin Fields, Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, come on, man. What do you mean? It's going to be the best team he'd have. And build that offensive line in the draft and maybe see, get a guard in free agency or something like that. Man, look. Bro, Daniel, they're not moving on from Justin Fields because he's trash. They're moving on because they have the number 1 pick. That's why they would move on. What do you mean? I'd take Caleb Williams over Justin Fields too. Look, there's probably going to be a new regime out there in Chicago, a new coaching staff. They're going to want their guy. They're not moving on from Justin Fields because he's trash. They're moving on because it's time to move on from him. Yeah, he was doomed from the jump, Redbone. Like the dude really never had a realistic shot out there. Yeah, build the trenches up, Ken. Facts. Nah, I'm not, Bobby. I'm not gonna put Hobbs at safety, brother. That's not the wave with Nate Hobbs. You keep him where he is. You know what I mean? You rotate him in that slot in the perimeter. Keep him at corner. Because not only is he one of our best tacklers, I understand why you're saying that, but he's also one of our better coverage corners also. You see. Yeah, he got a blown up. Facts. You see. Nasty. DeMarcus, nasty work. JJ8, Fields RPOs, nasty. Nasty. We wouldn't even need new O-line with Fields back there. Nah, shit, to be honest, it'd be the best O-line he's ever had. That'd be the best O-line he's ever had. They're taking Williams and Harris in Oakland fan. This is facts. Yeah. Maul, look, I'm a fan of him, man. Especially if they took a second for him. They took like a second and fifth for like Justin Fields. Take that shit. Then you can still address the defense. You know what I mean? If need be in the first round, go get a defensive tackle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Or potentially, you know, a lockdown corner. William, that's a question, bro, that I don't have an answer for right now because I don't know where the market is going to be in terms of him getting the new deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that what year is this with Fields? Is it year 3? He has one more year and then he has the 5th year option, right? So technically you get 2 years in him, and then you have to like really see where the market is in terms of the quarterback position at that point. But you still have the 5th year option on him as well. This is year 3, I believe. I think it's year 3 with Justin Fields. So, you know, like I said, you got 2 more years of him. You're still paying him on a rookie scale. I would make that move immediately. If I'm Champ Kelly, I'm calling my old team like, hey man, you know, you're gonna get Caleb. What do you want for Justin? We still wouldn't have to pay him for 2 years. That's what I'm saying. Q, facts. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Salute to Midnight. Fields will be an X factor with our weapons because the defense would have to have a spy on him, which would open up the receivers. There you go, bro. So look, if anyone's asking me how I feel about Justin Fields, I would love it. If it doesn't cost us the farm to go get him, I'm all for bringing in Justin Fields and having him and, you know, AO4 battle it out. I'm cool. I mean, I don't know how much of a battle it would really be, but I want to see the competition. You got the traditional, you know, pocket passer in Aiden O'Connell, and then you have the mobile dual threat in Justin Fields. I would love it. I would love it. Jack, you are tweaking. He said Will Grier is better than Justin Fields. Bro, Will Grier has been on like 70 teams this season. Cowboys, Patriots, like, bro, like, no, not at all. And what's funny is, Jack, I watched a lot of Will Grier at West Virginia, and I liked him. I thought he was a good quarterback, but he's not better than Justin Fields, brother. Statue versus mobile. There you go, Dan. Let me see. Yeah, D&D, bro. And D&D, bro. He said, Tim said, dual QBs, a laugh out loud, one plays each half. Facts. Sounds like a realistic possibility. I would love to have Justin Fields. Getting with our dogs in the locker room sounds lethal. This is facts. Facts. Intel is crazy, bro. He said, being real, I would take Uncle Rico over Fields. Oh, man. Come on, Intel. With the negative, with the morning violence. Said I'd take Uncle Rico over Fields. Holy shit. We got to get Mad Max a partner. Pause. Trade up and get the best defensive tackle available in the draft. And that's what I'm saying. If you can go get a Justin Fields, say for potentially a second and a fifth or something like that, right? You can utilize that first round draft pick and go get a defensive tackle. You know what I mean? I would love that. Could you imagine going to get a star-studded defensive tackle in this draft and to match him with Max on one edge and Malcolm Kuntz on his on his last year of his deal on the other side? Man, telling you, man, we're really just missing that one powerful force on that defensive line, and that's the interior of that line. Real talk. Salute to Junior. I appreciate you, bro. Love the positivity of your channel. Unlike other channels calling out for coaching changes and QB changes with 5 games to play, keep up the good work. I appreciate you, brother. Salute, Junior. Appreciate you, King. I mean, the thing is this, man, people know what hot takes are going to do for their channel. They know they're going to get clicks. They know they're going to get views. And this is not me pinpointing one person, because I got a lot of love and respect for a lot of other guys that have channels and do their thing. But people know what would generate clicks. I don't do this for clicks. I don't. Like, I just like to really speak my mind, say what I really feel, and keep it moving. If you guys ever watch, like, I don't do all these catchy ass thumbnails and really a lot of catchy ass, titles in my videos, because I don't really care. I mean, I don't need to have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 views on every video. I just call it how I see it. You know what I mean? Salute to Deo. People have to stop comparing situations that don't have equal circumstances. Fields can't be properly evaluated because the situation is terrible. There you have it, bro. Salute to my dog Deo. Facts. Facts, man. Yeah, man. But a lot of people, just want the clicks. They want to say, I got this many views. That shit never really meant anything to me. And I love that everything's organic. I can literally look at everything that I've done and I got it out the mud. Tano, this is going to be the most important offseason that could or will not set up a winning season in 2024 and beyond. Man, what's funny, Tano? I said that about this last offseason, and then this shit happened. You know what I mean? But I hear you, man. I hear you, because I'm going to tell you right now, Vegas is getting restless. They want winners. Their hockey team has already won a championship, a Stanley Cup. Their WNBA team has won a few. The A's are going to be out there, and the owner will probably finally sell, and then they'll put some money into the A's. At some point, the Raiders got to figure it out, man, because they're getting restless out there in Vegas. You go to Vegas to win. You don't go out there to lose. I'll tell you that right now. So we better get it together here in the next year or so, because I'm telling you now, Vegas ain't going to deal with that shit. This ain't Oakland no more, where we love our team through everything. Vegas, they won't show up. Real talk. I appreciate you, Mr. Ray. That means a lot. Thank you. There's clicks and there's what you do. Actual eyeballs for over an hour. Salute to my dog, Mr. Raider. Honestly, I would love to build the defense and get McCarthy from Michigan based on what AP wants to do. Every good dual threat QB with sneaky speed. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, Midnight. If Harbaugh is the guy, trust me, McCarthy is definitely a guy that he's gonna be targeting. That relationship between those two guys, I definitely see. If we do bring in Harbaugh, that would be a guy that he's targeting. Hug. I pretty much said, brother, like, I went over some targets in free agency. There wasn't really too many guys there. And I went over our practice squad. And with the 2 spots, I said I would either bring up with 1 spot, I'd either bring up Sam Webb or Troy Pride Jr. off the practice squad. So fill in one of those spots with another corner off our practice squad. Unless you go look at a Greedy Williams or something like that, you know what I mean? I'm bringing in the guy from our practice squad that already knows the system, already knows what needs to be done. And then that last spot, I'm looking at an edge rusher. We went over a few names, Basham, Flowers, but I said Melvin Ingram or Carlos Dunlap. I know they're aging veteran edge rushers, but I would fill in that 1 spot with an edge rusher, and it'd be either Dunlap or Ingram. Yeah, Sam Webb, 6 foot? I'm all for it. Salute to my boy Q, man. I don't want to do it, but let's say we don't re-sign Jacobs. Running back, I'm looking at in the draft, second round to beyond, Blake Corum, Trey Benson, Braylon Allen, and Raheem Sanders. There's a lot of sneaky running backs in this draft as well, Q. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. We're going to talk. You know what, man? I think on the way out today, you guys, you want to have some fun for the old time's sake? You want to have some fun for old time's sake? Let's do a mock draft. Y'all want to do a mock draft? Let's do a mock draft. Why not? We're already over an hour. We talked about free. We talked about, you know what I'm saying, the 2 roster spots. Talked about free agency. Talked about our practice squad and potentially bringing up one of our guys. You want to do a mock draft? Let's do a mock draft. Let's have some fun. All right, let me get rid of some of these windows because I have a million of them open. Let's do one. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. I haven't done one of these live in a while. Mock draft simulator. 7 rounds, fast. Raiders, let's draft. Let me see. Oh, I never use Pornhub on my computer, brother. It's only on my phone, King. We don't do that. We don't do that, man. We play it safe. We play it safe, man. If you guys want to see my history, boom, right there. Bang Bros, big booty, big. You know, we keep it real over here, man. We keep it real over here, man. You know what I mean? It's on the phone, King. It's not on the laptop. Let me see. Share screen. Boom. All right. No trades, you guys. No trades. No trades. All right. No trades. Yeah, hey, bro, you don't want to leave a lick of evidence. You got to do it on the phone, man. Delete, your history. And my wife knows my relationship with Pornhub, so she ain't tripping, but you know what I mean. You just keep it clean a little bit, man. Keep it clean a little bit. You know what I mean? Phone, not the laptop. All right, let's do this. We're going to reject this, reject that. All right, so let's look at what happened thus far. Caleb Williams is off the board to Chicago. Knew it. Dallas Turner, edge rusher out of Alabama, goes second to Arizona. Huh? Okay. Kool-Aid McKinstry, that's my favorite corner in this draft. He went to New England. I can definitely see New England going and getting a corner, even though they need a quarterback. So I don't know why New England would take Kool-Aid over Drake May. But all right. Chicago took Brock Bowers. He's going to be the next big tight end in the NFL, but I don't know why they would take him over over Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't even know where he is at this point. Okay, he went to the Chargers, you guys. Wow. But Drake May is off the board. So we're at 11 here. We're looking at best players available. Now, this is where me personally, I would take Newton. I'm taking Newton. I know the quarterbacks are there, you guys. I'm gonna be real with you. Newton is the guy. This is the guy that you pair with Maxx Crosby, and that is the 1-2 punch that you need on that defensive line. I don't think that he's going to be he may even be available at 11 here, but I'm not even going to think about it too much. I'm just boom, like it is what it is. Newton, I'll get my quarterback in the second round. It is what it is. I'm going to get Newton. That guy is going to be a force to be reckoned with at the NFL level. Boom. Look. Bo Nix is available, you guys. He is available. Jaden Daniels is available. So look, I'm going to go to quarterbacks real quick. Wow. There's a nice little mix of Bo Nix. Shadai Sanders is going back to the NFL. Jaden Daniels. I'm not a fan of Quinn. Carson Beck, Cameron Ward's a sneaky quarterback. But right here, it's between Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels. That's period. It's Nix or Daniels. I want to see what you guys got. Because me personally, I think these guys both. I want Jaden Daniels to put on a little bit more muscle. He's an Antonio Pierce guy. He is an Antonio Pierce guy. Remember, Arizona State transfer to LSU. Oh, Ewers is going back. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Quinn anyway. I'm not really a big of a fan of him, but we could look at tackle right here, GA. But I'm not going to do that. Why? You could potentially get your future quarterback right here. You can get your potential future quarterback right here, and I'm going to do it. And some of y'all gonna hate me. I'm gonna get Jaden Daniels right here. Period. Reject that. I'm gonna go back to all. Now, this is where I look at a tackle or I look at a guard or a corner. What do you guys want to do right here? I mean, we can look at, some offensive. Patrick Paul's there out of Houston. We can look at maybe a guard. Damn, Sweat is still there. Could you imagine pairing him to Vondre Sweat? You can still build the trenches up right here, y'all. Sweat's still available. Sweat's still available. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think he'll be here in the third round. But if you put two, man, Sweat it is. Bruh, that is a defensive tackle duo of the future right there. Now you can look at offensive line or corner. You can look at defensive line or corner here. Let me see who's available. I hate their best available. Like Zach Zinter, actually, I would have picked him. I liked the guard, but I believe he just broke his leg. I'm out of Michigan. He broke his leg. So that would have been my pick right here. That's one of my favorite guards in this draft, but can't take him now. He broke his leg. It has to be corner or it has to be O-line here. Tate Ralledge, I like the guard out of Georgia here. But what do you guys want to – are you looking at guard or are you looking at tackle? Zinter will be available, Zach, probably later now because of him breaking his leg. You could take a flyer on him later on. Let me look at defense real quick. I just want to see what corners are available. I'm not looking at an edge rusher this early. I'm not, because now you got two stout defensive tackles with Kuntz and Maxx Crosby on the edges. I'm okay with that. You still got Tyree to develop. You can go get another guy later on in the later rounds. You don't have to get an edge rusher right now. And here's another guy I like right here. Cam Hart out of Notre Dame. I'm a Notre Dame fan. That's probably one of my favorite. Oof. Cam Hart's available. All right, let me get. Why is this shit doing this shit? Oh, it froze up, y'all. It froze up. No. Can I get out of here? Wow. Hold on. Let me try and get. It froze up. Damn it. How is this not? Okay, boom. There we go. Got it. All right, let's look at offensive line. Damn, I'm looking at. Got to look at tackle, right? And you got to look at guard. Josh Simmons is there. Tackle out of Ohio State. Blake Fisher, another guy I like out of Notre Dame. I know I'm biased, you guys. Some of these names I'm still not familiar with. I don't know who Kyron Maji. I got to do my homework on him. Anthony Belton is there. Jack Nelson. Always love those Wisconsin tackles. Let me look at guards. Zach Tanner is still there. I think we can get him in the next round. I'm going to sneak him in the 5th round. I'm going to see if I can get him with that broken leg. I think we can sneak him in there, you guys. Where do you go? Tackle or corner right here, y'all? What do y'all want to do? What do you want to do? I think I'm going to get my corner right here. I think I'm going to go get my guy. Out of Notre Dame, I'm getting Cam Hart. Big body corner. Boom. All right, now I'm going to offense. Damn, he's off the board. Shit. He is off the board. But there's still some good guards here. All right, let me see. Damn, I might have to take Josh Simmons here at Ohio State. Jack Nelson, 6'7". What do y'all want to do right here? We got our corner. We're looking at tackle. We're looking at guard. We're looking at tackle. We're looking at guard right here. Let me look at the best players available on their list. Don't need an edge. Don't need a tight end. Don't need a linebacker. Yeah, it might have to be Josh Simmons here, man. It might have to be Simmons. Imagine pairing Simmons, another tackle to pair with Mumford. You guys good with going with Simmons here? Probably go tackle, man. We'll take Simmons right here. Josh Simmons at Ohio State. Okay, now what do we need of? We need a guard. We can still beef up the corner room. Maybe look at another corner. Or we can find a guard right here to replace Greg Van Roten. Let's see. Go to guard. Xavier Truss is still there. I always like those Georgia offensive linemen. Tanner Miller out of Oregon State's a sneaky name to keep an eye on. Aaron Frost out of Arizona State. Damn, the guard. Damn. Okay, Aggie OG still over there. Let me look at defense real quick. Look at corners. Damn, I like Jalen Simpson out of Auburn too. I like Jalen Simpson out of Auburn. I may have to go get another corner here, you guys. I may have to go get another corner here. Go guard, go center. Okay. Let's go look at centers. Shit. That may be a position that we have to get in free agency, you guys. I don't really like any of these names here. Let me look at Ray Davis is still there, my guy out of Kentucky. I like him a lot. I'm going to see if he's available in the next round. If he's available, I'm going to go give me a running back in the 7th. Let me see. Yeah, I might go get Hardy, man. I might go get another corner. Or Jalen Simpson. I like Jalen Simpson a lot. Shit. All right, let's go to offense. Let's go to guard. I might have to get Truss right here. I'll go get a guard. I'll get a guard. Play it safe. Back to back right here. Let's see if my corner's still available right here. See, I like Jalen Simpson. I like Devonshire too, though. I'm going to take Simpson here. Now I'm going to go to all, see who's available. Who's the best running back? And that's my boy, Ray Davis right there. Take Ray Davis. All right, so what do you guys think about this mock draft right here? I know I didn't get a linebacker. Y'all may kill me a little bit. Devon Diablo's still under contract. Luke Masterson's still under contract. Spillane is still under contract. All those guys are still under contract, okay? So we can always find a UDFA here at linebacker, but I think we're pretty deep at safety with Epps, with Merrick, all these guys still under contract. I think Epps signed a 2-year deal, right? So we got Palomau still there. We have options at safety, okay? Newton, right there, your defensive tackle of the future. Boom, out of Illinois. Jaden Daniels, future quarterback 1 out of LSU, a dual threat that can run the football and throw the football. Needs to put some more muscle on. Tavondre Sweat, another defensive tackle out of Texas that I don't think is going to be available there in the 3rd round. But could you imagine Sweat and Newton together? Cold. My boy Cam Hart, corner out of Notre Dame. Josh Simmons, we added another Ohio State Buckeye tackle to with Mumford over there. We got Xavier Truss, guard out of Georgia. Jalen Simpson, corner. I like him a lot out of Auburn. And we got Ray Davis, one of my favorite sneaky running backs in this draft out of Kentucky. So there you have it. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? Let me see. We'll tell you more about where players will drop. Yeah, we're gonna bring Bro Schmo on too. We'll definitely do a show here soon, breaking down these guys. We see. Yeah, Mike Luffy. I like a lot of sneaky talent out of Kentucky. A lot of sneaky talent out of Kentucky. But I think this is a bro. You literally have at least 3 players of the future right there with your first 3 picks. Newton, Daniels, and Sweat. And then you, like I said, Cam, Josh, Xavier, Jalen, Ray Davis. I think that's a sneaky little mix. Yeah, Mike, man, I'm trying to tell you, bro, that's one of the names to keep an eye on is Simpson in this draft. I'm telling you, keep an eye on him out of Auburn. Free agent safety and free agent linebacker, I'm good. Yeah, there wasn't really any centers that I was looking at right there. I didn't really. Yeah, DeMarcus, you got to build those trenches up, brother. Got to build them up. Got to build them up. Kelsey will never leave Philly, GA. He'll retire at Eagle. I don't think so. Well, I don't think he's going to be available in the 3rd at all. I think at latest he'll be gone at late 2nd round. Yeah, Angel. It's cool. We're going to have Minnesota at full strength. But, you know, Daz might still be the quarterback. So put some pressure on him. You see what happens. The Bears got 4 picks out of him and didn't give up any touchdowns. But boom, I think that's a great draft. First mock draft. It was funny is one of my mock drafts that I did and I posted up on Instagram and Twitter. A lot of those names were on there. So you can see some of my favorites already early on in the process. Simpson, Newton, Sweat, Jaden Daniels. A lot of those guys I took. But yeah, we'll talk about it more when it gets closer to draft season. The Raider, I think so too. I think that Jaden eventually is gonna climb up the charts and end up a 1st round pick and probably go in the first 15 picks. Oakland fan, I can see that. Maybe we do move Parham to center. Could be. Let me see. But yeah, man, that's what it is. We talked about free agency, did a mock draft. About an hour and a half in, you guys. Salute to everybody that joined the show today. As always, let me plug away, OakLosVegas.com. Go get your mugs. Go get some of that new drip over there at OakLosVegas.com. Also, WoodsonWhiskey.com. Go over there and get you a bottle of that Woodson whiskey, that goat whiskey. There's a special bottle with a special label on it right now, you guys. Go check it out at WoodsonWhiskey.com. Tell them Graphk sent you. And yeah, man. Other than that, we should be live again later tonight. I think me and Wasted are going to put together a Graphk and Wasted show. I know he's going to do his solo show as well, but we should be back tonight and talk a little bit more about what I talked about today and what he's talking about on his show. And we'll get you guys involved like we always do. You already know what it is. But other than that, man, I love y'all, man. As always, appreciate you guys. I'm outro. 1.
What I'm talking about.